Everybody welcome. This is IMC Nation International Masters Council. As above, so below. The Ascended Masters are here. I'm AZD, also known as Spider to my closest friends, without a microphone. And this is a live public lecture. Today at 3:30, I'm going to do a live women's lecture. Some of you women will be on. Invite your friends if they want to know who I am and what we're doing. I'm going to blow their minds, okay? Everybody else who's brand new public, who doesn't know me, I'm an exorcist. You know what an exorcist is? Somebody who deals with evil spirits and gets rid of them. And I truly believe from 100% the depth of my soul that the reason why you can't improve in this life is because you've been cursed at birth. And the story is in the Bible and everywhere else, and I have an answer for it. And I'm the proof, and so are my friends and my family and my people. IMC Nation, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about our philosophy, because we're a movement worldwide. Look us up. And then we're going to go to what's called the Bad Boys Club. Okay, every girl likes a bad boy. So we're going to go in the Bad Boys Club. I'm going to teach you how to get women the way I get women, which is really nice. Then from there, we have a gathering. And some of you guys have been invited, special invitation, as I unveil the new chapter. And it's going to blow your mind. Have your energy drinks ready, have your fucking, whatever the fuck it is, chemicals that you put in your body to stay present as much as you can, all right? So I'm going to get through this really fast because we have a lot to cover in our own personal world. You're getting a glimpse right now. As my teacher, Manu Tupo, one of the greatest magicians that ever lived, ever. Man, talk about a magician. Talk about a spellcaster that could do enchantments like you've never seen before. He said that if you ever walk by and there's a wall and you hear construction on the other side, and they're building and there's music, and they're building something, there's music, just like here. And he said if they put a little hole in that wall, everybody walking by is going to want to look in to see what's going on in there. Right now, I put a hole in the wall, and you're looking to see what we're building here with the music of our souls. So that's what it is. What?
The mic is not.
The mic is not on.
Not connected.
It's not connected.
It's in my pocket. Let's see what happens.
Test.
Yeah.
They heard all that, right? Just not in clear, smooth voice of thunder and lightning. All right, so anyways, there's a book, it's only $10. It goes over our basic philosophy. It's called Breathing Truth. I'm just going to read from it a few passages. Here we go. We're going to go very quick today. Don't expect to be here too long. It says that most men in today's, see if you agree, women, most men in today's society get bent over the table and get fucked by their wives or girlfriends. Right? This is one of the main reasons why both men and women are unhappy in their respective relationships. Next one. Relationship and dating advice, which I don't normally do in this class, but I want you to hear it. For both men and women, here you go. This will really change your life if you get it. If someone is sending you mixed signals, walk away and don't turn around. Got that? You guys get that? Yeah, that's what I do. If someone wants you, it should be clear. And if they don't want you, that should be clear. Mixed signals should be ignored and walked away from unless you are a master of dating and seduction. And I am, then you can do something with those mixed signals. But not right now. Next, anyone who puts you down, 284. Anyone who puts you down or attacks you, fuck them. Anyone who betrays you, fuck them. Start having some self-respect. That's easy. You know, Jesus said the same thing. He just didn't say fuck them. He said, if you're not welcome there, walk off, dust your feet, and don't turn around. He also went to the Pharisees and said, you hypocrites. He also condemned all the people who didn't follow him to hell. Just so you know, eternal damnation. He wasn't as nice as they make him sound to be, because nice is fake, synthetic, not natural. We have the way of nature. Jesus wasn't nice. I don't have to tell you anything about Islam. They're not nice at all. The infidels, they'll kill everybody if you're not following them. So if you're a Muslim, a beautiful religion that I respect, and if you're a Christian, another beautiful religion that I highly respect, then your messengers were never nice. Okay?
They were just natural. The Buddha was not nice. The Buddha, when he got enlightened, walked off, and all the teachers, see, the Buddha's story is he went around studying with everybody, tried to become enlightened, and he did everything, right? He starved himself, he meditated, he did everything you could imagine in India that could be done at the time. And he didn't find enlightenment. And then one day he sat under a Bodhi tree and he said, I'm not getting up until I figure this out. And through the night, which is the code here, like last night, through the night, the teachers came. And so did the devils and the demons. And through the night, you are visited by angels and demons. You know it. There's no such thing as sleep paralysis. That's a lie. There's no such thing as ADD. That's a lie. You do have voices in your head, though, for sure. And they do get activated. And they are in control when that happens, okay? And so we have a technology for that called quantum leaping. And the Buddha throughout the night was visited, and he bested, like he passed. He passed all the tests, and you will be tested, and you've been tested, and you failed many times. Today, after this class, we go to the Bad Boys Club. Then after that, I'm going to test everybody around me, and you're going to see. And the ones who have the answers are going to pass with flying colors, and the ones who don't are going to drown and sink and get eaten by the sharks. Fair play. Nothing more fair than that, right? If you want to know the definition of fair, you go live in the jungle. There is as fair as one can be, right? Without any ideas to enter, there is the most fair God ever was, right? Every creature in the jungle that survives, from the smallest to the biggest, is living a fair life. And they're all hunted, every one of them. And they're all subject to time and space like you and I, and everything else, but it's fair. And human beings have a different idea of fair, right? It's liberal fair. You have, no, that's not fair, bro. It's not fair for somebody who can hunt to go feed the ones who can't hunt. That's actually unfair to the hunter. That's unfair to the one who can feed people. Now, if you're the hunter and you have your own people and some of them can't hunt, you will feed them because they're giving you something as your people. So you don't have to be the hunter. Like, women aren't hunters. They shouldn't be. That's why they fail, right? But they should be around the hunter who can hunt and get his energy. Women are vampires. They suck energy, right? So if you go and you get with a toxic man, you will. You know how many women I've met that actually got into meth, okay, and heavy drugs because they got with a guy who was on it?
Yeah.
You know that? Have you met anyone like that? Anybody? Do you know that? The woman reflects the man. Do you know how many women I've met that were skinny and fine as white girls and got with a black guy and got fat and ugly? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Because black men don't give a shit about that. Yeah. It's a fact. It's a fact, okay? Do you know how many black women I've known who got with a white man who try to walk around and act white and out of their culture, right? Straighten their hair and act like this, but it wasn't that. We don't like that. We want black to be black, white to be white, orange to be orange, and purple to be purple, so we could learn and understand the differences and appreciate them, right? In the dating world, the mating world is the word actually. In the mating world of humans, you get to see all this. You've seen everything I just said right now. You've seen everything I just said right now, right? Have you seen how many women? You haven't seen many. I've seen a few because they're less around us. But when I was in San Jose, I was part of that culture for a while. You know how many women have gotten with a Vietnamese person and have become sneaky, dirty, and money hungry when they weren't before, right? Because that's what they bring to it. For sure, for sure. You know how many women have gotten with a Mexican man and have gotten fat, sloppy, and pregnant like that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep, you're Mexican?
Yep.
There you go. Nobody can deny it in your own race. I know it. I know it. Okay? You know how many women have gotten with a Persian man, myself, and pretended to be cultured, but they weren't.
Yeah.
And they were faking it the whole time. And the moment they broke up, they went back to being the whores they were. Many. They try to take on that flavor of that culture. And I'm just naming the cultures right now. The cultures that we've seen, that's a culture. We grew up in these cultures, right? They all have the positives, they have their negatives. I'm speaking about the negative of being with a toxic man right now. I could say the positive, okay? But it's the positive that draws you, but you don't look at the negative. And we're stoic monks, stoic yogis and warriors. And one of the things we've learned by being with the stoics and being them, we've learned that if you're going to be let's say a champion wrestler like Yogi Chris here, I was going to call you Master Yogi Chris, which would fit, like Master Yogi Chris here, then you would understand that getting a championship includes breaking bones, sweating, dieting, giving up on your family, friends, everything, so that you could be a champion. Now, everybody wants to be a champion, but you don't look at the other side of it. And when men see my life, they want multiple women, they want power, they want prestige, they want everything that I have. They want to feel like I feel, right? But they don't see what the cost is, right? Now, Lucky right here was saying this morning, hey man, I respect you more and more every day. And he's been living in my house for years now, right? I said, thanks, man. And he said, also, Yogi Chris. I said, make sure you tell him that too. Oh. Yeah, right? Because he went through an experience last night that he's seen me go through, he's seen him go through, and now he could measure it, right? For example, you may think, okay, let me just talk to the men who've never done any kind of martial arts class in their life, ever, right? And your only experience of fighting was maybe you got in a fight as a kid or not. I'm talking to those guys. I'm not talking about guys who's a gangster and fights in the street, which now doesn't happen anymore. When I was younger, people would get in fights. Now they don't, I don't know what they do. They talk and they shoot each other at the end or something, if they do that. But if you're a man and you have never done any kind of combat of anything, and your only experience has been growing up and maybe you got in a fight or bullied once or twice, right? Then you can try to understand what it's like to go with a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, a legit one, okay? And you could really try to figure it out. But when you do it, it's going to be a shock to your system that another man can play with you like a little kid, and there's nothing you can actually do about it. And that powerless feeling is something that a man should never have. So there's a movie called Kill Bill 2. There's a master training the woman, a Chinese master, right? Shout out to Chinese people. They, in that relationship, she thinks she knows stuff, just like a woman that thinks she's independent and got everything figured out and gets in front of me. And we get into a dialogue or relationship. Then what happens is, at some point, Pao Mei, which is the master, has her in a wrist lock. And he says, I could break your wrist by striking it right now. And she's like, oh no, please don't, please don't, please don't. And he says, what's it like to be so helpless right now? Remember that feeling. And that's what I'm here to tell you, because there's a bad moon on the rise, right? You are, right now, as a man, you are helpless under a woman's seduction, right? One of our guys, one of our top guys, this is his last day with me. This is his last day with me. He can always be around, but he can no longer have my respect after today. This is it. We see day after day after day, somebody come to me with zero skills on associating with women, zero skills in holding their own position in life and all those things. And then through me, they get the power to go get a woman, and the woman takes them away. Those days are ending today. It's a new chapter in IMC Nation. I'm no longer associating with weak people like that at all. I will, as a participant from the outside, a spectator, just like you are online right now. You're a spectator. I'm letting you look through IMC Nation Hall for a second. But I have no respect for you. You haven't earned my respect in any way. Just because you breathe and walk around doesn't earn respect in the jungle. Okay? You want my respect, you show up here and you learn this stuff. Because no matter who you are, from the greatest UFC fighter that I've ever met, to the greatest musicians I've ever met, to the greatest gangsters I've ever met, every single one of them respects myself, Spider, aka AZD, and IMC Nation. They all pledge their loyalty and their respect to IMC Nation all across the world. That's why we're a global movement. If you take men of the highest order in different fields that you would respect, IMC Nation boasts, brags about some of those men at the highest levels, meaning there's no higher level than that on earth, is here. The only one that's not here yet is the politicians. We don't have any high-level politicians, but when the time comes, it'll be that too, okay? Because and we all know it. We're all nodding back here. Our philosophy is deadly. It's a venom. It's a claw of the lion. It's the jaws of a shark or the alligator. It's a snapping of a hippopotamus with his mouth. It's the eagle's flight and talons striking down. It's a volcano erupting. It's a lightning bolt going through the town. It's a tornado that uplifts your entire existence because you are living a false life. And you know it and I know it. Because there's nothing you can say to prove otherwise, because you are caught in the matrix and you know it too. You know your life seems fake, unreal. All your relationships are just one argument away from breaking up. You can break up your relationship right now. You can't even joke about it. You literally can't even go joke to the other person because the joke will be taken seriously and it will be broken up. And that's a terrible situation to be in. You've lost yourself and we've found ourselves. Finally, you're the most important person in your life. That's our philosophy. Our philosophy is you, whoever you is, I sitting here, whoever says I is the most important person in I's life. So act like it and stop apologizing for what is right. Now, the problem with this is, it's kind of like, it's fire. Right now in your inner space, not outside, you are lost in the prehistoric times of dinosaurs without fire. You come here, I give you a little fire. You go back, you apply it, you get warm, you cook some meat. However, you don't have enough information about fire. Eventually you'll burn down the house. Okay? So these things have a way of protecting themselves through time. Okay? And when they've been compromised, they didn't work anymore. Just like Christianity, just like Islam, just like Buddhism. They obviously don't work because with millions of followers, you'd expect a better world from what they say. Somebody has tampered with the technology, right? And you know it and I know it. It's in the hands of bad people, right? People, when I say bad, what do I mean? They want to control you, okay? And a religion is supposed to free you, right? It's supposed to get you away from the herd. Not one religion did I ever study that was like, go do what the normal fucking people do every day and go follow your parents' advice. Honor and respect them. Listen to them. But Jesus himself said, they said, your family is outside. His mom was outside. He said, that's not my family. My family is here. And I feel the same way about it. You see that? Because we're spiritual beings with a physical existence. Both are true here. Thus, our process is called the beast process, because you're going to have to overcome the beast. You're going to have to overcome 666, because you have the mark of the beast on you. I have it tattooed on me just to make sure everybody sees it, right? You are trapped inside a beast with beast mentality and things like that, with a civilized mind to some degree. But your inner space, you're in caveman. The inner space of the person sitting here and speaking right now is like Star Wars, but better. Because you have to build your own fire. You have to go through the history of mankind inside. For example, one of my girlfriends, she's online right now. She's on this process. And we were talking yesterday, all of us, or 2 days ago, and she said something, and I stopped her. I said, now in your inner space, Newton just discovered gravity. I said, this is not small for you to say what you said, because now, after Newton understood the laws of gravity, we got science. I told her, in her inner world, like civilizations, her civilization is about to get science in there. The science of self. And then I told the other girlfriends, she can go suddenly to the top of the list because technology advances one. And this is the technology of communication and relationships. That's my lecture for you. I'll see you in the next one. Right now we're going to Bad Boys Club. Of course.